Let's do a morning basket update. I'm going to talk about what's currently in my morning basket and just a few tips on how I organize it and what I'm currently doing for morning time. Hello, welcome to Joyful Noise Learning. I'm Ashley from joyfulnoiselearning.com, and I'm so glad you're here. Today, I know this is another collab, and I'm so excited. This is going to be with Abby with Rooted in Rest and Jessica at the Waldock Way. They host a monthly collab for many other homeschool moms here on YouTube. You're going to have to check out the playlist link in the description below. I love that they invited us to do this so we can come together as a homeschool community and encourage each other in certain things each month. So this month is Morning Basket. And I haven't done a morning basket update in a while. It's been a while, but I usually love morning time, but I don't always have a morning basket. I have baskets in the house, but I usually have a morning shelf or a morning box or a morning cabinet. It's just a place where I keep my books that I do in the morning is basically what it is. So if you're new to doing this, don't worry, it doesn't have to be a basket or a tote. It could be a shelf, it could be a box, it could be a corner on the kitchen table. Whatever you use to store all your books that you read in the morning. So let's show you what's in my morning basket currently. I'm just gonna go from top to bottom. So one of them is our current read aloud, and our current read aloud right now is Daughter of the Mountains. And I was recommended this from Christy at One Blessed Mess, I believe, or Abby at Rooted in Rest. I think they both might have mentioned it. I'm gonna double check on that, but I was recommended to read this. It goes along with my history focus for this year, so that's why we're doing this one now. So we're about halfway. We're making our way through. So as I go through this, I want to say that I don't always do my whole morning basket in the morning anymore. Right now it has to be kind of short and sweet. So sometimes I read this in the morning, but more often it's at lunchtime. Lunchtime, I pull this out and we read it while the kids eat lunch. So that's the first one. Next one is my daughter's Bible. I have that on my morning basket shelf. And I've been wanting to get her to look up scriptures. I've been reading, we do Bible every morning with morning time, and I've been reading scriptures to them. I've been teaching them to memorize scriptures, but I think she's really ready to be able to look it up on her own. My other son can't fully read just yet, so we're working on that first before he really gets into diving in the word himself. But whenever we read a scripture during Bible time, I have her look it up and then I have her read it out loud for us. And that has been awesome, an awesome change that I just added just recently, just a few weeks ago. All right, next, this is in no particular order, by the way. I have some Mad Libs in there. We do this on our Fun Fridays when we do poetry tea time. So the kids love doing these. They're a great way to practice grammar just in a fun way. So I was recommended these by Pam Barnhill, actually, a while ago, but this is what we do sometimes. Along with Mad Libs, I do some poetry tea time on Fridays. So I have a poetry tea time companion that I won in a giveaway. It was from Julie Bogart at Brave Writers. So we pull this out on Fridays. I pick one or two poems, we read it, we talk about it, and that's it. And we do, not every Friday, but most Fridays we try for that. So it's kind of fun. It's got really neat illustrations that go with it. Yeah, just common British and American poets. So there you go. Next thing in my morning basket is Life of Fred. I get these from the library. You can buy the set yourself. They're kind of on the pricey side, but if you invest in it and get it for your whole family, I know families that do that. That's great, but I just get one at a time from the library. And we love Life of Fred. I choose to do this in my morning time period, and we do it 2 to 3 times a week. It's not always every day, but we get it in most days. And we're in, I think it's the 4th book right now, Life of Fred Dogs, and I'm just reading it with all my kids. And I love it because it applies to all of them. It has things for my 5-year-old to kind of learn, for something for my 7-year-old, and even my 9-year-old as well. So that's what we're doing for math. Then I have my First Language Lessons Level 2 book. I did Language Lessons Level 1 with my older 2 a few years ago, and now we're doing Level 2 again to give them a refresher. My oldest has gone through this, but my younger 2 have not yet. So we're using this for our grammar in our morning time, and I really recommend this program. Really great program for grammar, and it's a supplement for our other language arts stuff that we do. We do use the good and the beautiful, but I do really like how they present the grammar in here. So I do all the memorization and the poems and everything in here with all my kids, and because it's all good for all of us to learn and do together, right? This is also one I don't do every day. We do it about twice a week. Ooh, and this one, our science unit right now is astronomy, and I am using the Apologia astronomy. We've done half of it before when my oldest was in first grade, so we're cycling through again and we're doing it all together now, and they are loving it. So I do get it done in the mornings. The only thing is they're making me go so fast we don't have time for the experiments and activities, but we read through the book and we talk about it, and they have really been loving this. So we do this about 2 to 3 times a week as well. I also have my mom homeschool plans planner that I put together. I also include my geography stuff in here, which is from Classical Conversations, from their older version, but I really do love how they do geography, and that's how we do geography a couple times a week. All right, so now you're probably asking, Ashley, that's a lot in your morning basket. How do you organize it all? Well, let me share with you. So the main things I have in my mom binder, or my morning time binder, I don't know what you want to call it, but I created a checklist for myself so I could see how often we're doing everything so I can loop through all the subjects. So I've shown my morning time checklist a few times before. I have a plan with me video where I walk through the whole thing. I talked about it in my latest video, my day in the life morning routine video, so you can check that one out too. Also, I think I have a video on how I plan, and I talk about block scheduling and loop scheduling and that. So you can go check out all those awesome videos wherever they are here. And I think those can help you with explain why I do what I do. But the main thing is I set aside a section on my sheet for my daily subjects that I want to do every day. And that's mostly Bible stuff, hymns, and memory verse. And then all the other subjects are things that I loop through. Like the geography, the grammar, and science, things like that. So on my checklist, I can plan ahead if I want to, write what I want to do that week. Other times I do a reverse planning and I write in and check off what we did do that day, because sometimes we get to it and sometimes we don't. So I love this flexibility style of planning because it doesn't make me feel like I'm always behind or needing to catch up with something that I didn't do. So I don't always do it like science on Monday and grammar on Tuesday, and I just can't do that. That just is not how I work with planning. So with my checklist, I can keep track of what we have done, and then I can get to Thursday and Friday and see, oh, we didn't do geography this week. Let's do geography today. Let's make sure we start with that. Or we did a lot of science, so let's not do science today, let's do grammar instead, things like that. So that's the way I designed my checklist, was to be able to do that. So I break up my morning time subjects into chunks. So we don't do it all together all in one time in the morning, first thing in the morning anymore. We do about 15 minutes of Bible, and then we move on. After lunch, we do our science, and then at lunchtime, we read our read aloud, or sometimes even at bedtime, we do some of these subjects right around bedtime. So again, I'm trying to be flexible with my kids, and I want to encourage you that if you are that way, it's okay to be a little more flexible with your day and not feel like you have to get morning time done all at one time in the morning. It could be afternoon time if you wanted it to be. Maybe you have a child who naps, and it's better to do it during that time when they're napping. You do these subjects together with your older kids. So there you go. That is my morning basket update. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I love to talk about Charlotte Mason inspired homeschool, biblically based homeschool, and affordable homeschool with my kids and for your kids. So please consider subscribing and hit the like button if you enjoyed this morning basket update. And be sure to check out the playlist with all the other homeschool mamas. Some of my awesome friends are going to be joining us, and I can't wait to see what else they share for these videos. So have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Okay, I'll make you some eggs when I get up there. Go get dressed. Okay, go upstairs and get dressed.